Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to sew a yoke, okay? To sew in a yoke on a gown. Okay, I made a tutorial on how to draft this the yoke, okay? So this is the part 2 of the tutorial. So this is just a recap of it, but I am teaching you how to sew the yoke today. Okay, so if today is the first time of coming to my channel, please give this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. So okay, right now I'm through with cutting the pattern, so I'm going to start tracing out. So this is the pattern here. In the first part I did not added all the allowances, the dart allowance. So in this particular pattern I've added the allowance. So right now I'm going to start tracing out the pattern. Okay, I'm using this satin to trace out the pattern. So while you are tracing out your pattern, please try and add half inch on the upper side. Okay, this will serve as your allowance for joining the yoke part. So we are going to trace out the pattern. So I'm going to add also half inch on that area. Okay, so and like I said, I've added my allowance on the armhole area. If you remember the darts we collected on the first video, I did not take the allowance, so but I did that here. Okay, I took what the allowance. If you want to learn how to take your allowance and all that, the dart allowance, I have a video on how to cut shoulder darts. So there I explained everything. So right now we're going to, once you're through with cutting out the front part, um that's the lower part of the bodies, we're going to cut out also what the net. Okay, so once you're through with tracing this out, make sure you add the half inch there. So we are going to work with this net. I'm working with this mesh. Okay, if you are looking for a mesh to use, make sure you are using a particular one that is not too stretchy. So this net I'm using is not stretchy, both horizontally and vertically is not stretchy. So that's the kind of net you should use. Or if you're for eventually you're using a net that is very stretchy, you find out that is either one side is stretchy and the other side is not stretchy. So use the other side that is not what stretchy, so that it will give firm to your work. Okay, so I'm going to fold this into four. I'll fold into two and also what fold into four, so that I can cut out two. So I'm going to fold into two and also what fold into four. Okay, so because I want to draft that two, one will serve as the facing and the other one will serve as the main fabric. Okay, so you're going to fold into two because you want two. Okay, you want the two of it. Okay, so we're going to fold right now into two. So once you're done folding into two, we are going to trace out what the pattern. So please just make sure your mesh is okay. All right, so you're going to trace out the pattern now. So you keep it this way and trace out, and then you're going to leave some allowance on that down area. Okay, you're going to leave some allowance on that down area. So once you're through with joining the mesh, you iron and then you take correctly. But for now, you're going to leave some allowance on the what? On the down area. So we're leaving some allowance on what? On the down area, okay? So try to keep that allowance, okay, for now. So, okay, I'm going to trim that off later, but just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm using this chiffon flowered fabric, okay, to for the gown I'm making. Okay, and so the satin is going to act as the lining inside, while the chiffon is going to be on top of the satin. Okay, so I'm going to cut it the same way I did for the satin. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to sew the chiffon on top of what? The satin, to hold it firmly so that it won't be shifting while I'm sewing. Okay, so right now I've gone ahead to cut out, and also I've put my gum stay, my interface in the light one, and then also my wording. Okay, so right now I'm going to place the chiffon on top of the satin, and then I'm going to use my stitch to hold the chiffon together with what? with the satin. Hope you understand what I mean. Just watch. So I'm going to hold it what together so that while I am joining, it doesn't what shift. So right now I'm through with the joining, okay? So I'm going to start joining together. I'm through with holding the fabric together. So I'm going to iron very well and then I will start joining. But before I do that, I want to join the mesh, the neck part. That is the net. I want to join the neck part. So once I'm through with joining this neck part, I'm going to take it to the ironing table and iron it. So please try to trim off those excesses, okay? And give your notches, but trim it very well. Okay, so once you're through with trimming it, you're going to turn it up and give it a nice press. So while I am doing this, I've gone ahead to iron the chiffon and the satins together. I've gone ahead to iron it. So once I'm through with joining this mesh, I'm going to start joining my bustier. So please also try to hold the down part of that net, okay? So right now I'm going to join the bustier, okay? So this is it. I am trying to join it. So once I'm through with joining this, I am going to join the second one. Okay, so if you're joining, please do join from the down part, okay? Yes, you want to like to do that. Join from the down part. So this is it, okay? So this is it, okay? So this is what I told you about. I'm going to like trim it off now. Since I'm through with what I'm doing, I'll trim it off right now, and then I'll leave like a little inch forwards for my joining. So I'm going to get the center of the net, okay? You fold into two like I just did now. Fold into two. You're going to notch the center and you're going to get also the center of what? Of the bodies, okay? Yes, of the bust here. Get the center. You're going to start pinning. And you're going to pin from right to the end and then from left to the what? To the end. Okay. The reason why you want to do that is because you want a perfect and a neat work. So I'm going to start stitching. Once I stitch from the center to the end of the other side, then I'll turn and stitch from the other end to the what? To the other end. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Just put your machine on the center, stitch through the right part down to the end, and then to the other end. So always check to see if there are any rough at that area, okay? So I'm through with the other end. So I've turned the other side to also stitch the other side. While you are doing this, so please just be very, very careful, okay? You know, it's a net and you would not like to start losing so that it will not make your work rough. Just take your time, take it easy. Sorry, the video is fast. Yes, I want you to understand it more, okay? So now I'll start joining my lining, okay? So this is the lining. Once you're through with putting your once you're through with the net, okay? You're going to place your lining on top of it and what? You're going to start joining, okay? So you're going to use your pin to hold the lining together. Now remember the net is in between the lining and the what and the main fabric. Don't forget that. And we've joined it, okay? So this is it. You can see it. Okay, now I just used the only pin to join it. So hope you understand what I'm saying. Now you can see how it's coming out, okay? So you'd want to do yours that way. So once we are through with checking if there are any ruffles around the net. If there are no rough places or rough edges around it, just check it very well and be sure if the work is neat. Once it's neat, just turn over and stitch. Remember, we are still using pin to hold it, okay? So check your work from time to time to see if it's okay. So it's okay. So right now we are going to start and check if your that little sweetheart you put there, if it's in the center. If it's in the center, then you don't have a problem. Then you just start join. But if it's not well placed, please place well and and then we can start joining, okay? So once I'm through with joining this nets, I'm going to close up my work, like do all my turn up, okay? I'll do all my turn up. So let's do that, okay? Let's do our turn up. And then you want to also drag your net that way, what I just did right now, so that you won't what sew it on top of your fabric. So just from time to time try to drag it that way, and not too much, a little, so that you won't sew it in a wrong place. So right now I'm through with my joining. I'm also through with notching my work. Okay, so I'm through with notching it, and so this is it here. So you can see how beautiful it came out. So we're going to do all other turn up. We're going to turn up the work. Okay, try to turn it up so you can see how beautiful it's looking. So this is it. It's looking beautiful. Okay, so I want to put it on my girl to see how it is. Okay, so you can see how it is looking. It's fine. Yes. So you see how perfect it's looking. So right now you can use it to do whatever you want to do. Okay, I used it actually for a gown. I made a gown for a client. Okay, so this is it. It's looking perfect and then beautiful. So okay, so this is the finished look. This is the finished look. Sorry, I didn't show that part. Okay, the tutorial was just for making of the yoke. Okay, so this is the finished look of the gown, and this is how the yoke looks like on the what, on the gown. Isn't she beautiful? Of course she is beautiful. So please, if this tutorial was very helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to what, to subscribe. So please share this tutorial with your soulmates. Okay, and also subscribe if you've not subscribed. Okay, when you do that, you also help us to what, to grow. So thank you very much for always coming by to watch our video. Thank you for subscribing, and see you again in my next class. I am Cynthia. Bye.